Okay, I'm very excited today for the chance to listen to and experience a joint from my man, Tekashi 6ix9ine. He is, for my money, one of the most transcendent artists in the history of Western civilization. As a poet, I put him on the level of Ralph Waldo Emerson. As a singer, he's Pavarotti. As a humanitarian, he's Mother Teresa. And to think he achieved all of that despite suffering that horrific accident where he fell into a giant tie-dye machine. He actually looks a little bit like a bowl of Fruity Pebbles come to life. Or maybe he looks like something out of a Skittles commercial in hell. But I say all of that in a positive way. It's all part of his genius, really. Now, the song we're going to be experiencing today is a classic. It's an oldie, one of the Tekashi 6ix9ine songs that my dad was listening to back in the day. It's not from Tekashi's newest album, which, by the way, is available now for purchase. It's called Tattletale. Tattletale being a little reference to the fact that he's a gang member who sold out his crew to avoid 40 years in prison. Lots of people think that, he lost street cred for that because he's a snitch and all that. But personally, I think it makes him more relatable because I can tell you, I would totally flip on my crew to avoid 40 years in prison. Wouldn't anyone?
If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
If I had a crew, at all, I would flip on them. This is probably why I don't have one. And I'm never going to get one if I keep talking like this. But if I had a crew, I would dime them out in a second. I would sit down for the interrogation. The detective would come in. And 12 seconds later, I will have told them everything.
I got your back. For life. She did it. What? You
It would be that easy. I don't think I've ever had a friendship that I wouldn't ruin to avoid a lifetime in prison. But in any case, that's just the background on the artist. Now, let's get to the song. This one is from way back in 2017. Like I said, it's an oldie, but certainly a goodie. It's called Kuda. All right, let's give it a listen.
Running out they mouth, but they never pop out. I got the drop on your spot, everybody watch out. On my on 50, so you know we hopped out. Mobbed out, outside, we gon' show what we about.
See, can I just say here, I appreciate this dichotomy. And already we're seeing the nuances of Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's got the puppy, he's being affectionate. In the next moment, though, he's pointing a gun at your face. It's as if to say, yes, I can be sensitive. I can appreciate these more pleasant moments. I can stop to smell the roses, but I can also shoot you in the head for no reason. Now, a therapist might say that that's a symptom of a psychopathic personality disorder, but I say, no, this is just what it means to be human, really. We can all relate to it on some level. Let's keep listening.
I roll up, I'm gonna be booted stupid and shooting stupid. Brought a knife, I brought a Ruger stupid. I really do this. If I taught it, then you know I shoot it. And I'ma prove it back. Don't be moving stupid. Oh, I'ma use it.
Okay, now let's take a second to reflect on these lyrics. I roll up, I'm gonna be booted, stupid, and shoot it, stupid. Brought a knife, I brought a Ruger, stupid. I really do this. If I tote it, then you know I shoot it. And I'ma prove it. Back, don't be moving, stupid, or I'ma use it. Now, this is the kind of moment in a Tekashi song where I know that he gets me. He understands where I'm coming from. And I feel a little bit less alone in the universe because so often I walk through life feeling, frankly, booted. And often my wife will say to me, honey, you're not booted, are you? And then I say, yeah, I am booted. I am. And she'll say, we've talked about this. And I'll say, okay, well, if you don't want me to be booted, then get this sucker up out of my face in that case. So just a normal marital spat that couples have while walking through Bed Bath & Beyond on a Tuesday. Let's get back to the song.
She a skeezer, really don't need her. Bustin' I leave her, she a little eater. Get back, kick back, blow your back. Rip that, take that, flip that, send that. 2, 2, 3 hit, when you hold that. Scum gang, bought that, Fendi for that.
Okay, I do have to say, just one note here. Probably you don't want to take a job as a cameraman on a Tekashi 6ix9ine music video because you're going to have a lot of people pointing probably loaded guns right at you. There are a lot of basic gun safety protocols that are being disregarded here.
If you don't know how to handle one of these things, you got no business carrying one.
So that is a concern. I just wonder how many cameramen perished during the making of this video. Everybody's dancing, jumping up and down, drinking God knows what, probably high, and they're literally singing about killing people. And meanwhile, they all have loaded guns and they're pointing it at the camera that you're holding. It seems like a hazardous combination of factors. I hope they have workman's comp, it's really all I'm saying. But you know what? However many cameramen died, they didn't die in vain. They died for the sake of true art. Let's continue.
Running out they mouth, but they never pop out. I got the drop on your spot, everybody watch out. On my on 50, so you know we hopped out. Mobbed out, outside, we gon' show what we about.
Okay, N-words running out they mouth, but they never pop out. I got the drop on your spot, everybody watch out. All my N-words on 50, so you know he hopped out. Mobbed out, ops out, we gonna show what we about. I think what Tekashi is saying here is, what he's saying is that man is a creature which reaches beyond himself, which cries out for something greater than himself, running out they mouth, right? Meaning the words, as you are deep in prayer, spring forth from your mouth, running, streaming. But words are just abstractions, just symbols. Tekashi is saying, you as a person, on the other hand, you are bound by physical laws. You are attached to your mortal coil, and you cannot pop out. You cannot hop out. You cannot overcome that limitation. I got that drop on your spot, Tekashi observes. And it's so true, because we are all, as it were, dropped onto our spots. We are all plucked out of eternity, dropped into this physical frame, and we can but obey its limitations. But Tekashi 6ix9ine is really asking us to reflect on this fundamental tension between man's desire and man's limitation. Honestly, when I listen to a Tekashi 6ix9ine song, and when I look at him, I'm reminded, a lot of C.S. Lewis, the mid-20th century Christian apologist, very similar in many ways. And something C.S. Lewis once said was, if I find in myself a desire which nothing in this world can satisfy, the only logical explanation is that I was made for another world. And I imagine Tekashi 6ix9ine had that passage in mind when he wrote those lyrics, because very similar themes are at work here. Let's keep listening.
You can talk hot on the internet, boy. That's that goofy shit. We ain't into that, boy. Black van, pull up to your mama crib, boy. Tie her up, dry that off the bridge, little boy.
Okay, listen to this again. You can talk hot on the internet, boy. That's that goofy shit. We ain't into that, boy. Black van, pull up to your mama crib, boy. Tie her up, drive that shit off a bridge, little boy. That's, okay, that's just him threatening to kidnap your mother and drive her off a bridge. I think that's all that is there. So that was the point of that line, I guess. Let's keep going.
Oh my really gangbang, talk that damn slang. Rap about it, do the same thing, let your hang. We gon' pull up on the lake, on side of that. We gon' stop, we don't do the race. You gon' die.
Okay, let's collect ourselves here and focus in on that final line of the song. He says, we post up, we don't do the race, you gonna die today. Stunning. It takes my breath away. Just this line alone is poetic and biting and rebellious and satirical. What he's saying here is that we post up like fence posts. We erect fence posts, walling ourselves in, hiding from the reality of our own mortality. We don't want to enter into the race of human existence because we know where that race ends. And indeed, that it ends. To enter the race is to approach every moment nearer the finish line. But Tekashi says, you go and die today. He says, today, maybe not today, literally, but one day, on a day, someday, you will die. So he says, embrace the finitude. Confront your life in its brevity and live it with fervor and honesty. Paint your hair in rainbow colors and your teeth and get together with your homies and dance. Dance. Tekashi 6ix9ine, a scriptural scholar in his own right, he's pulling, you can tell, directly from the book of Isaiah, which says, and behold joy and gladness, slaying oxen, killing sheep, eating flesh and drinking wine. Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we shall die. That's exactly the truth. So live now, for tomorrow you shall die. Or in fact, today you might die, especially if you're high on crack and dancing with a loaded gun. And I think that's the lesson we really take away from this. Something for us all to think about as we go about the rest of our day, which may be our final day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, if you like this show, then put your money where your mouth is and actually subscribe and give us the thumbs up. If you don't, it will hurt my feelings. So please do it now.